It's fun to take a road trip out here to Barron County. The Glasgow area is big to our program. It's big to Western Kentucky as a university with the campus right out here at WKU Glasgow. So I think just getting out here was really good. I love the work that we got in. Between last night's scrimmage at the Houch and then today, I think we got roughly 110 live snaps of football, and I like that we did it in back-to-back nights. Last night being the emphasis on really the kind of the certified starters, if you will, and a couple of the rotational players, and then tonight being the guys that are really fighting for a spot on the plane, and that's a big emphasis for us. But came out of 108 snaps of live football with very minor dings, so a lot different story than a year ago at this time. We were already announcing some surgical moves by this time last year. So like where we're at, saw some really good young talent, a lot of good things out of our young talent. Just off the top of my head, really stuck out to me was Kivaris. Just him running the football, him being physical, and then completing an absolute seed down the field to finish out the scrimmage. I thought he actually managed it pretty well. He's still learning. I think Spencer Gaddis is a player as a freshman. He's going to play. He's going to play snaps this year. The tailbacks, Garland LaFrance and Gino Appleberry. Appleberry's been out with a minor ankle injury. He looked really good tonight, even though he was still kind of nursing it. But defensively, we've been going against what I believe to be a really good defensive unit, veteran group. So even the backups, if you will, that played tonight, a lot of those guys have played some football. So iron does sharpen iron, and we feel like every day we're getting a little bit better offensively, and that's a good thing going against what I believe is going to be one of the better defenses in our conference.
Are you getting a clearer picture of who's going to be on that trip to Madison?
Yeah, we are. We're going to do a roll call meeting. This year it's a new thing that I wanted to do. We'll do a roll call meeting, 5 minutes, and meet with all 105 guys on the roster in one day and just tell them exactly where they stand, and so everybody knows their current role. And it's really important on every football team, especially the championship football teams. Every player plays their role, plays it really well, and if they star in their role, then they have a chance to expand on that role. And that's going to be our message as we get through this roll call meeting, as we tell them what their roles are going to be: scout team, special teams, starter, backup. We're going to tell those guys, on our team, because they deserve to know where they stand. And sometimes I think we just, as coaches, just go into the season and just post a list in the locker room. Here's the travel roster, and everybody else has got their lip poked out. It's not an easy thing to see without facing somebody face to face. So I just wanted to do that this year, and kind of in response to just learning and wanting to be better. Never been around that. I think it's going to be good just to communicate exactly where everybody stands.
Does serious Wisconsin prep start next week?
Thursday, yeah. So we're gonna camp Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Camp continues for us. I'm actually really glad that school starts a little bit later this year. We get to extend our camp, but we've been really conscientious of not overworking our players in terms of just the rep distribution. We're fresh, we're healthy. Fatigue, true fatigue during camp leaves you vulnerable for injury, and so we've just been monitoring that whole situation. And Jason Veltkamp, as their strength coach, has helped me a lot in that area.
Have there been any injuries of note so far during camp?
Really haven't. We had an incoming freshman player that got a minor knee injury, but nothing that's going to hold him out long term. So other than that, been really fortunate to stay healthy to this point. And obviously we got 13 days of prep for that big game against Wisconsin. So we just got to be fresh. We got to be really fresh going into that game. But we got to really tighten up the details, substitutions and getting on and off the field, defining the roles for the players, like I said, and then just playing with great urgency and great tempo. And also we're going to have poise in the noise. It's going to be a loud environment up there in Madison. We expect that, and we got to fully prepare for that.
Your second time around, find the guys know what to expect more from you, and
I think
vice versa.
So. Yeah, it's an interesting deal because having 33 incoming players, so really almost a third of your roster. Quite honestly, a third of your roster is new players that you're also defining expectations for, and we had to bring in that much quality of incoming players. Eli Brown even as an upper class incoming player. So yes, the guys that have been here know the expectations, and it's more seamless than it had been. But I'd say the young players, you're defining your expectations and you're defining the mission for the program, and every day you're reemphasizing and reinforcing those expectations.
Coach, go on.
What are your thoughts on the development of your secondary from the beginning of fall camp to now?
That group, I think, one of the strongest units in our football team. For me, it's really hard to think about the development of Antoine Kincaid and the development of Kyle Bailey, and they're playing lights out football at safety for us. And it's hard for them to get on the field because you got Drell Green and Devin Key that are playing at an incredibly high level, and those guys are playing even better because they know those other two guys are nipping at their heels. And at corner, Dre Ferris has solidified himself, looks quicker this year. He played the majority last year with a torn labrum, got that surgically repaired and looks really good, making more plays on the ball. And then opposite him, Roger Cray he's been a turnover machine this camp, which is good to see. We've been a lot more opportunistic in getting our hands on balls, and then I think the other one, Deontay Ruffin, has really solidified himself in the rotation, and he's a longer corner with some really good upside.
What are the biggest position battles kind of still underway right now?
I think offensive line. Just we're starting to see it come into clearer focus, working some different combinations. Some guards are kicking out to tackle. Miles Pate is a guy that's taking a look at tackle. Jordan Meredith has had, he's played great football since the end of spring ball, fall camp, where he's at now. Last night in the live scrimmage, the two of them as a partnership on the right side was really good. Center has been solidified with Seth Jost. He's done a really nice job. And then really left guard and left tackle solidified with Cole Spencer. So really that right side is Parker Howell, Mason Brooks as a true freshman's factoring into potentially a starting role. And then obviously Miles Pate, Jordan Meredith. The right side is being solidified still. I think backup quarterback, that's going to be one. Drew has solidified himself with his play as a starting quarterback. I have no doubts about that. Kivaris has a lot of physical gifts and upside. Stephen Duncan played great football tonight, moved the ball, ran the ball really, really well. Just got to take care of the ball in that situation. But, and then Davis Shanley had kind of been the MVP of spring in terms of somebody we didn't expect to do that. So there's a lot to be decided still at the quarterback position. And we're going to play multiple quarterbacks. We said that from day one. And I think that got four guys that can do some things for you.
How has Seth responded to that starting center role?
Seth has been really good. Seth has been a leader. Seth is a grinder. He works. He strains. He always has. I think I saw he spoke the other day to you guys, and he said that he had to kick out up a notch now that he's the starter. He's always worked his tail off, and he's just he's been one of those guys that brings his lunch pail, goes to work, and he's been awesome.